Riverside.
Welcome to Dance Talk with Joanne Carey, where the dance world connects, the conversations inspire, and where we are keeping them real. I'm your host, Joanne Carey, and today I'm joined with a dancer from the National Ballet of Ukraine, Mykyta Sukhorukov. Again, I apologize if I've mispronounced his last name, but I'm delighted to have him here. The ballet company is about to kick off a 16-city tour, if I'm not mistaken, a 16-city tour in the United States, beginning in October. And Mykyta has graciously agreed to join me today. He is in the Ukraine right now, and it's evening for him. It's daytime for me. But we're going to talk a lot about what's going on and what the ballet is going to present. So, Mykyta, thank you for joining me today on Dance Talk. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And also welcome to the United States almost, right?
Almost, yeah, almost.
Almost. Will it be your first time in the United States?
Not. First time I've been 2 years ago. We had a charity gala concert when war begins. We had a charity gala concert in Orlando. So
Very
only
nice.
one place in US for now. I just been in Orlando in Florida.
Yes, well, wonderful. I'm really looking forward to the company coming. I will be coming to see the performance when it comes, so I'm delighted to be able to do that. So I'd like to begin by giving us a little background about you as a ballet dancer. I understand in your bio it says you're a principal and a premier soloist, and you're also an honored artist of Ukraine. Can you talk about that a little bit, what that means to be an honored artist of Ukraine?
It's not the highest rank of the artists in Ukraine, so we have two ranks for artists who are the best in Ukraine. So you can be honored artist of Ukraine or people's artist of Ukraine. So this is a national government give you this position, if I can say like this.
That's wonderful. I think that's a wonderful honor to have, I imagine, right?
Yes, sure. And it's my first year when I just had this title. It was very difficult for me to go on stage because everywhere in booklet they're right, the honored artist of Ukraine, and you think now I need to work more because I need to show everybody that really I able to have this great honor and I able to show something more to audience. So this is two different things.
Sure. Right. Well, let's talk about a little bit about how you started as a ballet dancer, how you began and what your studies were like.
I started incidentally, absolutely, because I have problems with my back when I was young. I did karate. And it was too hard, and it was two options. What doctor said, you can go to swimming or you can go to dance. So incidentally, I came to dance, and there I met most important teacher in my life, Yuri Cebulski, and he inspired me and all group of boys. He had a great boys class, so like 15 boys. It's a big class, only boys. So he inspired us, and he pushed me and pushed my parents that I should do this my lifetime job. So not only for just for health or just for fun. So this is how incidentally I came to ballet.
Yes, well, I think those stories are so important because they inspire people. Everybody has a story of that, maybe that one teacher or that one incident who saw something in them and pushed them along. So I think that's wonderful that you honor that person who really influenced your life and your life in ballet. So here you are getting ready to kick off on this tour. Tell me what your days are like preparing for the tour.
we still working. We have a repertoire, so we have performances every week. So step by step between these performances, we already start to working on the pieces what we show
Oh, good.
to U.S. audience. It's easy because all of us, mostly all of us, dance all these ballets or parts of the ballets before, and we had not the same, but mostly the same program we had last winter in Canada. We had big
Okay.
tour, 20 cities. So we're working because we understand how important this tour, and we National Opera of Ukraine not been in officially not touring the United States in more than 50 years, I think.
Yes. Yeah, I think I
So
read
this is
that.
very, very important thing for us.
Yeah, it's exciting. And I also understand you had just said that you're still performing right now. So in addition to rehearsing and preparing for the tour, you actually have your regular schedule of
Yeah,
performances,
sure.
which is really wonderful. That must be so wonderful for the people of Kyiv. It's in Kyiv, correct? You're in Kyiv, is
In
that
Kiev, yeah.
to be able to go and see ballet performances and dance and opera is t-
Yeah, it's very, I think it's very important right now,
Mhm.
more important than before, because so when I'm not dancing to audience, and I see people who really need time to forget about everything what's going on, and the
Yes,
ballet, it's a very nice way for 2 hours forget everything, because we have beautiful theater, uh
yeah,
incredibly beautiful theater, live music, very nice performances, and this is change everything inside you when you come
yes,
in, and you can forget about war and or through all struggle what's going on right now in Ukraine. And I think it's very for mental
yeah,
health.
yes.
It's very important.
Yes, I agree. We often talk about that when I have my guests on the podcast, how important the arts are. And I specifically say dance because that's what I do. And that's what this podcast is about for those very reasons. Art is to do that. Art removes you from what's going on and brings you to beauty, which is so, so important. And like you added, you're in a beautiful opera house, and so that, sets the stage to begin with for an experience of beauty, so you can remove yourself and enter into something beautiful and a story that's happening in front of you. Can you talk a little bit about, if you don't mind, and you don't have to, where you were when the fighting began? Were you
uh
there in Kiev? What were
yeah
you
i
doing at that time?
I've been in Kiev.
Okay.
I feel this day in evening we should have Bayadere, La Bayadere.
By there. Okay.
I think this day or day after. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure. I think this day. And everybody, like, in a ballet, in a big theaters, no matter what's going on, you are going to the war.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when in the morning everybody knows what's going on, but anyway, when everybody had message uh, from a company that today we don't working till, but we will text you in a couple hours what's going on next. So, and after they just arrived at
Yeah.
theater closed, and theater was closed, I think, 3 months or something like
3
this.
months.
Yeah,
Wow.
before
Okay.
all time when Russian troops was very close to Kiev.
Mm-hmm.
All this time theater don't work, and I think theater reopened at May.
May. Okay, so
Yeah,
February to May. So
yeah,
February and then May it reopened. And I tell you, I think that speaks volumes to the world when artists unite and reopen to put their art out there for the world. I just as a dancer, as an artist, and again, I just said that a little while ago, it's so important. And I had listened to I don't know if you had a chance to listen to the press conference that was done here in the United States, but it talked about the man from Humanite. It's the organization that And he talked about, the same thing about how what this tour is doing is to bring the minds back to what's happening in Ukraine and the support of the Ukraine and the people and the dancers and the children and everybody in the Ukraine through art instead of all the bad news, but bring attention to the Ukraine through its art and its culture. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, for sure. This tour is very important in because even if war and today we have so many problems in Ukraine. So many cities are destroyed.
Yes.
So many people have now lost their houses, their health, and etc. So anyway, these people need support.
Yes.
We're not talking about war machine, what's going on. We're talking about just normal peoples who are living in a situation they shouldn't live in. And we hope to fundraise money to help these people, to help some medical institution for children and other.
Yes.
So this is very important. And next important things, war is going more than 2 years right now. So, and I think everybody tired a bit about Ukraine.
Yes.
I don't judge anybody. I truly understand Ukraine. If you're talking about US, Ukraine is very, very far somewhere. When you every day you hear Ukraine, 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 without just war. So war is going on all over the world.
Yeah.
When people see art of country, like Ukrainian art of Ukrainian culture, they realize why they should support better.
Yeah.
It's not like you need to help somebody. You need to help because this huge culture and maybe, and for sure, I hope so, our performance will give some nice emotions to audience.
Yes.
So I think this is our mission in this tour.
Yes, and I think it's also a beautiful way, it's a peaceful way of showing what the Ukrainian people are about, and it bringing, the art and the culture. And I love that there's I don't want to say it incorrectly, the Shimka dancers. Am I saying that correctly?
Yes, correctly.
So they're good. Thank you. There's going to be, actual Ukrainian folk dancing on the program as well, along with the specific excerpts from different ballets, which I think is wonderful. And then some modern pieces, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
correct?
Sure.
And what I really find fascinating about it is not only the resiliency of the artists involved to come and say, this is who we are, and our culture and our legacy and our traditions are at stake. We're a people who don't want to disappear. And I think that's so important. And I think to show the culture and to show the dances and their traditions to your audiences is powerful. And I hope as well that it's received in that manner and it changes the hearts, or maybe hearts don't need to be changed. Maybe just inspires people to say, oh, like you're saying, we need to remember this because there's a whole culture and land at stake. So what does it feel like as a person, as an artist who is bringing that to another country? What does that feel like as an artist?
It's a great honor. But I don't know how to say. It's scared a bit,
Yeah.
National Opera of Ukraine touring a lot all time. So we're not just performing in Ukraine, we tour all over the world.
Yes.
All Europe, Japan, China. But when you just come in like a National Opera of Ukraine, yes, it's very important and it's honored. when you have mission like we will have, it's absolutely different level. So you have no chance to miss.
Yeah.
You should do not all the best and all what
Yeah.
you can. And
Yes.
this is
No.
a bit hard, but it's push you very good
Yeah. It
to do
is,
your
and
best.
it does, and I see it. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage of the dancers, the organization. It takes a lot of courage of the country to go outside of itself and to present that, like you're saying. I know, I believe there's that support there, and I think you will be welcomed with open arms, because I think you already are being welcomed with open arms. The press I hear here and the excitement building around it. But I say to the listeners who are listening to this podcast too, remember, like you're saying, you're on a mission here. You're coming not only to give a beautiful performance and to remind everyone about the Ukraine, but you're representing your country because you want the war to stop. You want that support and you want that humanitarian support. So I remind everybody too that the sales of the tickets go to humanitarian aid. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes. And that's really, really, really a beautiful thing and an important way garnering help for the country itself. And I do hope that it's really successful and that I hope those seats are packed and there's not an empty seat in that
We hope so. And it's very important for us because we've been we toured last year a lot, and when you feel full audience, when it's sold out, it's incredible feeling because unfortunately right now in Kiev we can't sold all tickets. We sold only something like 450 seats, but we have more than 1,000 seats because of capacity of bomb shelter.
Yes.
So when you came on stage, when it's full of audience, it's incredible feeling. So we hope.
And thank you
This
for
is our
sharing.
satisfaction,
Yes, absolutely. And it's, and I'm glad you're sharing that because again, the reality is you were there performing in the threat of war and the threat of something happening around you. And to have an audience in the theater where you have to be aware of that, we're not, I'm sitting here in the United States and that's not happening around me. So we take that hopefully. Yeah, absolutely. You're right. Absolutely. You want to be aware that that's a real threat, and I find it a beautiful thing to preserve culture. I just know for myself, and as you know, with United States culture, we all come from different places, right? Our heritage, unless we're first generation, our heritage is from another country. And so many of us have searched for what our beginnings are. And when you lose those traditions, you're like, wow, I wish I knew that, or I wish I kept that up, so this is what's so important about, and I'm saying this for the listeners, what's so important about preserving the culture and what you're doing. And I just think it's a beautiful thing. I want to talk about, if you would, the title of the show. Would you tell everybody what it is in
Nadiya of Ukraine.
Ukraine, and
it's hope of Ukraine.
Tell everybody what that means.
It means hope of Ukraine.
Yeah. Yes. So talk about that. What is the hope of Ukraine?
I think it's a hope of all our people this time of struggle. That this war is end as far as it can. And so this is the most important thing, and I think this is a hope of you.
Yes, nice. And I also want to talk about, I understand excerpts from Giselle, right? Giselle Goncu, and I think there's a couple other, maybe The Dying Swan. I'm not sure what is on the program. If you are able to say that, I don't know if you're able to.
I remember everything. I tried. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure. I
Sure.
think this is, I think it's Donkey Giselle. It's a
Mm-hmm.
set from Satanila. I'm not sure about Talisman Padadu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and this is some Ukrainian classical ballet. So this is a
Oh, nice.
classical ballet which created for Ukrainian by Ukrainian composers, Ukrainian fairy tale, Ukrainian choreographer, but it's purely a classical ballet.
Yeah.
So this is couple pieces, some pieces this style, and some I think just couple other pieces.
Yes, nice. How many dancers make up the company? I saw on the website, was it 7 or 9, or is there more than that? Is like they're the principal dancers and then there's a core, or how
Yeah,
does that work?
some members of core coming with
Mm-hmm.
us. I'm not sure how many. I can't
Okay.
tell. I think it's 8 principal dancers, and
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't want
Yeah.
to
Sure, sure.
say something wrong.
Yeah,
So
let's say,
yeah, it will
yeah,
be a core there. So it's not only a prodigious, so it will be with core. So
yeah.
it will be part from La Bayadere.
Oh, La Bayadere, that's right. Okay, I didn't write that down. Yes. And there are those particular pieces chosen for a reason?
I think for me, this program is completely what Ukrainian ballet is about. If you
Got it.
want in, I don't know, in 2 hours, know what is Ukrainian ballet about,
Yes.
this show is what it is because you have, and not only Ukrainian ballet, Ukrainian culture
Yes.
too, because you have the Shumka dancers who will dance Ukrainian Ukrainian dances, and then you have a classical ballet, pure classical ballet, and after that you have creation what made last century in Kiev
Yes.
here in Ukraine,
Wow.
and some modern composition. So all 150 years of history of Kiev ballet, you can see the one there.
Very nice. That's really wonderful. Can you talk a little bit about, do you feel that the war, and you've spoken a little bit prior, do you feel that the war has impacted you as an artist, impacted your artistry? And I don't mean your ability to perform, but who you are as an artist.
Well, yes, not directly the war, hopefully.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It sounds weird a bit, I think, but I feel more comfortable than other dancers because I'm originally from Donetsk.
Okay.
So hopefully this war don't touch me and my family.
Yes.
But for me, this war is going on more than 10 years.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why it's a bit different for me. But yeah, it's changed me because of this war. I left Ukraine for some, I think, 4 months or something like this. I met a lot of incredible peoples and choreographers who I think I'm not able to meet in normal. So it's like a dreams came true. If we're not talking about the war.
I might have, hang in there. I might have lost it.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's okay. We might have lost a little bit of the network, but that's okay. So sometimes, just for the listeners, sometimes where Mykyta is located, there's occasionally are blackouts. Wait, are you back?
I'm really sorry. Are you hear me okay? Everything
No,
fine?
that's okay. I can hear. Yep, I can hear you now.
Yeah, right now in Kiev it's very difficult with internet connection.
Yeah, I think we're probably losing the connection a little bit. It looks like I probably lost Mykyta. So if you just hang in there. There you are. We'll probably wrap it up because I know it's getting later there. But is there anything else that you haven't said or that you would like to tell the listeners about, the performance, about the Ukraine, about you that you'd like to share?
I can say for all people who not have tickets for our show,
Get
please
them.
come. Yeah,
Yes.
please come to
Yes.
our show. I'm sure this show will touch you deep inside your heart.
Yes.
And your help is very important for us right now. So, and we will do our best. And I'm absolutely sure you never see many of pieces what will be there, never see, and I think you have no chance to see it one.
Yes, it's true. And I do. I want everybody to get those tickets, and I'll put the information up as well. The National Ballet of Ukraine is, like I said, is coming on tour to the US in October, 16 cities, the East Coast. And then I think you might be coming back or something,
We
right?
hope,
Going,
yeah.
we hope to.
When
Okay,
was a press conference? They announced for now. So in February we should go to West Coast.
great. That'll be wonderful too. Yeah, because it's big here. It's a lot of
But
land
it's,
to cover.
but I think it's very important. Think how is East Coast tour going?
Yes, absolutely. Well, Mykyta, it's been really wonderful to speak with you. I really appreciate you coming on, and I look forward to seeing you here in October and seeing the performance. So thank you so much, Mykyta,
Thank
for
you very much.
joining me.
Story one more time about my internet connection.
No, please, it's okay. And thank you,
Well,
everybody, for
thank you very
joining
much.
us on. Thank you, and we will see you soon. Thank you.
Powered by Riverside.